At dawn today, armed special forces raided a warehouse in King's Cross. Information had been received anonymously that a terrorist group was using the warehouse as a bomb factory. Armed forces secured the building and found it to be unoccupied. There was, however, evidence of an attack being planned. There were detailed maps of the Whitehall government buildings with CCTV camera positions marked and dead spots calculated. The group's political orientation is unknown. Level of threat flagged as blue, AA. There have been reports from local people of firing heard on an abandoned British Army range in a remote area of the Brecon Beacons. Surveillance revealed basic military training to be in progress. Those involved have been identified as being members of a militant animal rights group. Electronic surveillance has revealed their intended target to be a medical research laboratory in Bristol. Level of threat blue, AB. A van holding several drums has been parked in an East End car park for the last 24 hours. It belongs to a group called Patmos. Their ideology is survivalist, awaiting intel on precise destination of van. Level of threat, blue, BB. A suspect connected to the sale of sensitive nuclear information has been under close surveillance for 3 weeks. The interrogation of Christopher Jennings by MI5's Special Information Unit is ongoing.
You are Christopher John Jennings. You work as a maintenance engineer at Sefton B Nuclear Power Station. You recently received a transfer in your bank account of £100,000.
Level of threat from Jennings' activities, red, A. Total number of listed threats, 27. This concludes the weekly report.
Good morning, world.
Egypt.
The hotel's on an island in the middle of the Nile, near Thebes and the Valley of the Kings. We can drive out into the desert and spend the night under the stars, shagging ourselves stupid.
No way can I go to Egypt.
You've got some leave?
Can't.
Can't or won't?
They'd never give me clearance.
Oh, the mysterious they. Your spooky bosses.
Take the tickets back. If they're difficult, I'll go halves with you.
If you don't come to Egypt with me, I'll break this window.
Oh, forget how ridiculous.
You're gonna dump me, aren't you?
Look, let's go and have lunch. Talk about it. Okay? The clock tower. Yes?
Expensive. Definitely a dumping lunch.
1 o'clock.
Right then. Windows are safe until 1 o'clock.
Have you got that weekly threat assessment from Downing Street?
Yeah. They like it nice and dumbed down in pictures. Bike's waiting for it.
Good. Zoe! Zoe, the employee at Sefton B. Can you run through the latest interrogation transcripts?
Just got in, all right?
OK, fine. Did Danny come in with you?
Obviously not.
Tom, this is Bridget Sands and Mark Woolley, quizzers from St Albans.
Bridget.
Tom Quinn.
Tom. Mark.
Mark and Bridget are here to update us on the interrogation of the Sefton B suspect.
How are things at St Albans?
Oh, a bit fraught. There's pressure on us to break what terrorist suspects we've got our hands on.
Break.
Yes.
So, are you all right? I suppose everybody heard what happened. Me and the love of my life caught on camera. Did you see the tapes?
Tom told Colin to destroy them.
Not before everybody had a good lecture.
No.
Do you know what really gets me? Is the feeling that all those...
Can we all just pay attention? The major incident alarm has sounded.
As I was saying, the major incident alarm has sounded. The book states, when the alarm sounds, no one shall leave or enter the grid.
Yeah, but this is just a glorified fire drill.
More than that, terrorist attack. How prepared are we? Bali, Kenya, the Moscow theatre. At any minute, it will happen here.
All the more reason to have Danny on board.
You're MX officer.
OK, Malcolm, can we open this thing?
There's a manual override.
Harry, do we have to be here?
Sorry, Mark, the rules state all personnel in situ must take part.
But we've got to brief the Home Secretary in an hour.
Can't help, I'm afraid. Everyone, we all knew that an eerie exercise would be sprung upon us at some time this month. And eerie is?
Extreme emergency response exercise.
Good man. The first rule of eerie is that all officers will respond to any situation thrown at them professionally. We treat this as real.
What fun.
You're late.
And Tom is EMEX officer. Will somebody close that bloody thing?
What was that all about? There's a drill. Big one? Dunno. Listen, do you fancy coming up to the canals tomorrow and something?
One of your bridge trips?
Booze badge.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Oh.
What?
Can I come after all? I mean, it's countryside, isn't it?
Yeah, more the merrier. Makes it cheaper.
Can we get this thing moving? Tom is MX. That's Emergency Executive Officer. He will coordinate all our efforts. So,
This is how it works. Somewhere in the building, an eerie team will feed us information about an emergency. As it unfolds, they will assess our response.
And what about the work that we're doing already?
We put aside everything until the exercise is over. Folks, we take this seriously. As far as we're concerned, there is a major incident in progress. Now, remember what this service does.
We gather, identify, and destroy.
Thank you, Colin. We gather what information we can about threats to national security, we identify enemies of the state, and then we send in the appropriate forces, police, special forces, and close them down. And that is exactly what we do in a national emergency of this kind. Colin, Malcolm, you are the technical team.
Techies of the day.
Zoe, monitor all radio broadcasts. Try and build a picture of what's happening, yes?
Yes.
Sam, Ruth, research team.
Goody.
Now, Danny, I want you as a liaison officer for all the groups in my second in command. The rest of you, including our unwilling guests, sorry, Mark, Bridget, muck in as required.
Rock and roll.
Right, let's talk to the duty room.
I suppose we go along with this.
Yes, but if it is a real emergency, then we can't be stuck here.
Patching her through now.
There's been an explosion in Parliament Square.
Do we know what kind of explosion?
Not yet. But I'm the duty room officer in charge of security, and the drill is to seal all the floors in Thames House. In case.
In case of what?
Well, if it had been a nuclear device, we wouldn't be here, but it could be a dirty bomb with radioactive material blown out over the city. People will get radiation poisoning in range of, a mile, and then for years, cancers, deformed children.
And we're to believe that this has gone off in Parliament Square, half a mile away.
Oh yes, latest intelligence is that there are at least 10 dirty bombs under construction somewhere in London. It was in my briefing 2 weeks ago.
Dot, what are the emergency services doing?
I don't know. There's a lot of confusion here. Oh, God.
What?
C-section of the registry. I can't lock them down.
Why not?
The system's not working.
Sins of maintenance. Why is it that nothing in this country works?
I can't get a signal.
The damping cage must have gone down.
What does that mean?
That means our phones and mobiles won't work. They're totally cut off.
But I've got to get through to the hospital. My daughter's...
Dot, what about the other floors? Immigration, section A and D.
I'm sorry.
The locking switches won't work.
Are you saying that the grid and the control room are the only areas locked down?
At the moment.
It's on Radio 4.
Okay, put it on the speakers now. Dot, you must lock down the whole of the building.
We know more as this incident unfolds. To repeat, a bomb has exploded in Parliament Square. Reports are sketchy, but police are asking traffic to avoid Parliament Square, the area around the House of Commons and Westminster Abbey, and the Embankment. We have our reporter Ed Hadley on the scene in central London. Ed, what can you tell us?
I'm standing near the Cenotaph. Police are asking drivers to evacuate the area, and that's happening. People are abandoning their cars and running past me up Whitehall.
And this is because?
Well, at this kind of incident, there is the ever-present fear of another explosion.
Explosion of what?
It's a Downing Street scrambler.
Zoe, keep monitoring the radios. Mary, stay with Dot.
Is this 5?
Yeah, who's this?
Paul Dunbarton, I'm the Downing Street MX. Who am I speaking to?
Tom Quinn, MX at Thames House. Where are you?
Defending 10.
That's the Cabinet Office bunker.
Tom, you need to know the Prime Minister and the Cabinet are on their way to Turnstile.
Downing Street's been evacuated.
It's the new post-9/11 procedure. Helicopters landed on Horse Guards. The PM and members of the Cabinet who were in number 10 should be at Turnstile in 50 minutes. We need to know what this is and who's behind it. Have you any intel on this?
Could be one of 10 or more groups. We'll get back to you. What about the royal family?
They're at Sandown Races. They're being lifted by helicopter to Windsor Castle, the new nuclear bunker there.
Keep this line open. Sam.
Yeah?
In the contingencies filing cabinet, there are copies of something called the London Emergency Services Liaison Major Incident Procedure Manual. Can you distribute copies, please?
Right. What's Turnstile?
Oh, let's all slide along the learning curve.
Turnstile is an alternative seat of government. It's under the Cotswold Hills in between Bath and Corsham. In an attack on the country, the cabinet and 250 officials and scientists would be moved there.
Would you two go?
Only the Director General's name's on the list. The rest of us will have to make do.
What if the rest of us die and they've got no country to run?
I don't know. Running a country with no people sounds like a politician's dream.
Danny, get the big map set up. Zoe, something else I want you to do. Keep a log of events and our responses, right?
If I must.
Colin, break out the EPCUs.
The EP.
Emergency Protective Clothing Units.
In the lockers at the back of the forgery suite.
Oh, sorry.
Get in your protective gear, Sam.
It's on, listen, it's small.
Put it on. You too, Zoe.
These suits are totally inadequate.
These suits are, of course, totally inadequate. They seem to be low-level anti-radiation, with iodine filters in the masks for dust. If there were a chemical, let alone biological threat, they'd be completely useless. I mean, we should have integrally sealed barrier suits with breathing apparatus.
Malcolm.
Sorry. If we're going to take this seriously.
All right. Forget it. Take him off. Take him off. Danny, come here.
Is your boss on top of this, technically?
Absolutely.
Radio 4's just gone off air.
Submarine warning.
What do you say, Ruth?
It's a thing GCHQ set up for nuclear submarines at sea. If the country's under serious threat of attack, the Today programme will go off air.
I don't think it's that.
Tom, the woman in the duty room.
She's pulling the comm circuits.
Doc, listen to me.
Everything goes through that room. She could cut us off completely.
Don't worry, I'm sorting it out.
Dot, what is happening on the other floor, Section C? Now listen, we need to be connected to the Metropolitan Police Central Control Room. Can you put us through, please?
No.
Dot? Dot, I'm losing you. Dot?
Don't do that.
Dot, don't touch anything. We have to keep the channels open. Do not touch anything. Stop.
I don't want to, but what if this isn't a drill?
The telly.
Something's happened.
What's happening out there? What's doing this?
It's got to be technical.
I'll check the circuit breakers.
I'll give you a hand.
What the hell is going on?
I've got it now. Yeah.
Tom, we've got something! Is it on the cable link?
Somehow, yes.
Right, everyone in here.
Get Harry for me, will you?
Can we talk to him? Can we talk to him?
I don't know if he's got a mic in his suit.
Where do you think he is?
It looks like a vehicle.
How do we communicate with him? Looks like a sort of van.
Could be a mobile incident control room.
Yeah, Zoe, what do we know about that?
Well, it's always sent to the site of a major incident. There's a small lab for on-site analysis, radios, something called computer-aided dispatch.
That's how they're reaching us, via satellite into the government cable network.
P.
Parliament Square.
VX. Not the gas.
Dear God.
Lost it.
Get it back!
VX. Sorry.
It's all right, Ruth.
Silly me. It was just the thought.
Sam, you've been working with Ruth on this. Let's be absolutely clear about what this stuff does.
Well, it's one of the deadliest nerve agents ever developed. It was found to be a grade AA effective weapon.
That means devastating.
It is odorless, its molecules are also adhesive, it's virtually impossible to remove them from the surfaces that they stick to. It stops nerve endings communicating with each other. VX is absorbed through the skin or the eyes. It acts almost immediately on the victim. It takes between 1 and 2 hours to result in death. The LD is...
Lethal dose.
Yes, the lethal dose is as little as 10 milligrams for humans.
Is there an antidote?
Yes, atropine. It is itself highly toxic. For it to have an effect, it has to be injected directly into the heart.
One sweet weapon. I was thinking technically.
Right, so now we know it's VX gas. What we need to try and do is seal the grid as best we can.
The air conditioning's down. The air may get bad, but it's all ours.
What about the water in the loos? Well, the water's in tanks on the roof, exposed to the air. The stuff could get in up there, if we're going to get picky.
Okay, so we shut the loos down, open emergency toilets in the stationary room.
Well, no, I didn't mean...
Patch me back to Parliament Square. I must talk to him, come on.
Put the satellite signal through the backup router.
Yep, I tried that, but...
Whoa. Can you hear me? Okay, what exploded? A car? Bigger than a car? A van. We really need to find out more about this van. Can you go outside and look at the wreckage? What's he mean? What's he mean?
He's linked to an air supply in the vehicle. His cylinder must be empty.
What's going on?
We must find out more about who is behind this attack. And we need to know more about the vehicles they use. Now, do you understand?
You've asked her to breathe the air.
Sam, be quiet. What's your name?
Stephanie Mills, Steph. The air cylinder on my suit was only half full. I've been on the fixed supply. But it's like a farce. The tube doesn't reach the driving seat, so I haven't been able to... I mean, it takes the end of the world to realise it never bloody well works.
Absolutely.
What's your job?
I'm a firefighter.
And your major incident training's up to speed?
Of course it bloody is.
Stephanie, the van.
You're thinking if the cab's still intact, what's in it?
Yeah. Anything that can help us find out who did this.
Well, it's part of my job, isn't it? Investigate the causes of the incident.
You're the only one who can.
Who are you, anyway?
I'm the emergency executive officer at Thames House.
MI5. James Bond behind a desk, getting others to do the dirty work.
It's me.
See you then.
You've just asked someone to go to their death.
Yeah. Let me know when she gets back. Can the database help us at all with this gas?
Not really. It's available all over the place. There are a lot of old Soviet stocks on the market.
What's going on? Everything's right now.
Don't panic. There are more hand lamps.
She's back!
Stephanie.
They're dead. They're lying about, dead.
Did you see the vehicle that exploded?
It was white, I think. The top on one side was blown out, but it had a sign on the side, planets, and it said Pluto removals.
Oh, heaven.
Thank you, Stephanie. Put the rest of your suit back on now, please.
I don't think there's any point, is there?
Yes, of course there is.
House of Commons is just outside. If they're all dead, I can just wander in and have a drink. We're all drunks in the House of Commons, so there's lots of bars, aren't there?
Put your mask back on now, Stephanie.
What's your name?
Tom.
Want to come and have a drink with me, Tom?
No.
Scary place, the House of Commons, you think?
Yeah, I think it is today, Stephanie. Now listen, you protect yourself as best you can. Be professional.
Like you mean? Sending me out to breathe VX? Do your best for people.
We will.
I'm off for that drink. I'll raise a glass, say good luck to you, Tom.
It was in the Looney file. And it showed up on the weekly Level A routine special branch trawl of websites. We mentioned it in the weekly report just to keep the numbers up. But then it struck me. Do you see?
Do I see what?
The group signed itself Patmos. The Greek island where St. John wrote Revelation. The book of the end of the world.
What threat did the group make?
To bomb 10 British cities. London, Edinburgh, Cardiff, Leeds, Nottingham, Birmingham, Bath, Coventry, Manchester, Newcastle, Portsmouth. It's the usual survivalist fantasy. Destroy the cities, the pure in heart will survive in the hills.
Did they mention gas?
Oh, yes. Here's the text.
The British whore's last breath.
It's real, isn't it? After all the warnings of an attack on Britain, it's happened. We knew it was coming. The government knew it was coming. Smallpox injections, regional disaster centres being set up. The moment it happened, I didn't believe it.
Bypassed the system, got into the London transport cameras. It's a bit unstable. The link could go at any time.
That's the embankment.
Had a cup of coffee there 4 hours ago.
The signal's coming and going.
Listen, I haven't said before, but it's my little girl. She's in Guy's hospital. I mean, let's just try and see if the hospital's been affected.
No.
My dad lives in Battersea, isn't there? Can't I just see if he's
Let
all
us
right
at least
somehow?
try and reach our families.
Maybe it doesn't matter. We may as well just walk out. Get home somehow before the VX affects us. I mean, we should be with our loved ones. Even if we've only got a cat.
No, we don't discuss this again.
Normal Friday morning, then suddenly it wasn't at all.
Danny!
What about your family?
My mum's away singing in Edinburgh. Do you know folks in Scotland?
Yeah. Morning, sir.
Danny! Now! Right, everyone, focus. Comments. Ruth.
Well, we know the security risk to the country, and it couldn't be worse.
And we know who did it.
Yeah, but how do we get them?
Yeah, we're just stuck here imagining.
So, we need communications. Malcolm, Colin, what's our status?
When Dot freaked out in the control room, something she pulled, something she turned on.
Like?
All internal and external phone lines are out. The satellite link is gone.
So we can't
talk to anyone in or out of the building, can't contact anyone via email or the net.
I could go down to the control room.
It'll be locked down.
And anyway, no one leaves the grid.
What is the matter with Harry?
What do you mean?
He's so distant.
Okay, Malcolm, what comms do we have left?
The cable link's still working, but it's dodgy.
Keep working at it.
We need to move to a new location, to an ops room that works.
And how will we do that?
Wait another hour. Take a chance that the gas is dispersed.
Bruce?
That would be too dangerous.
Right. So we keep working. First thing, brief Paul Dumbarton. So this is real.
What do you mean? Of course it's real.
I'm sorry,
Gwen, what's the matter with you?
I thought this was an eerie exercise.
Well, if you think that, you better step down, make someone else MX officer.
Nail on the head.
There is a serious threat to cities throughout the country. The group responsible are called Patmos, and their weapon is a nerve agent, VX gas. We need to contact Turnstile.
Tom, listen. The Prime Minister's party didn't make it to Turnstile. We got reports of 3 helicopters crashing near Chipping Norton. This nerve, whatever it is, must have got to them.
What about the royal family?
We think they may be lost too. Their helicopter took off from London to pick them up and take them to Windsor. The pilot must have been infected.
The country's like a body with no head.
Tell me, did the government declare a state of emergency?
That was going to happen when the Prime Minister got to Turnstile.
So one hasn't been declared?
I'm sorry,
Paul, what's the matter? Paul!
I think I'll take a walk in St. James's.
No, don't do that. He's infected and he knows it.
Paul, other cities are in danger. We need a decision about whether a state of emergency has been declared.
Right.
Paul!
So what the hell do we do now?
We must contact the other cities. Malcolm?
The cable link runs to the capital cities, Cardiff, Edinburgh.
Okay, do what you can.
It's pathetic.
You too. Get hold of any food you can, anything at all. Chocolate bars, the lot, divided up into rations.
I don't think lunch is our immediate problem, do you? I'd have thought that the Prime Minister being presumed dead and this Secret Service being absolutely incapable of doing anything about it is what matters.
Just collect what we have to eat.
Just do it, Mark.
New reading's negative. I don't understand. The things are coming from the computer.
So, we are half a mile from the point of explosion.
Ground zero.
Has this gas been used before?
No, except for the sarin on the Tokyo subway, but sarin's a much, much weaker member of the same family.
And if it has reached us here at Thames House, how wide is it spreading?
Well, the footprint would, we are here, so if we project at least another 20 miles beyond us.
The wind's from the northwest today. I always listen to the forecast. Garden.
So, at a conservative estimate, The affected area would be at least...
Oh, hell.
It could be much bigger. A VX canister of, say, 10 kilograms in a liquid state under pressure, exploded properly so it converts into a gas state, would be as effective as the atom bomb on Hiroshima.
Killing how many?
Oh, I'd have thought during this first hour, nigh on 1 million have been infected.
1 million?
How far could the wind blow it?
By the end of the day, 3/4 of the southeast of England.
Are things unravelling?
The Prime Minister and the Cabinet died before they reached Turnstile. We think the royal family could be lost too.
Heroic times.
Harry?
Now that the disaster we've anticipated for so long is with us, what's your strategy?
If the alternative seat of government isn't there, until we hear to the contrary, we'll have to be the command centre.
In effect, you'll be taking over the government. How very Oliver Cromwell of you, Tom. You may need this. Is anyone out there feeling unwell?
No.
I went to the loo before you closed it.
I won't ask who else did. Morale may not take it.
Right.
Ruth,
yeah.
Danny, Zoe, speed read this. I want to know chains of command when Turnstile fails. Fast as you can. Mark.
Sorry, Tom. We can't get anything.
We have got to talk to the other cities.
We're gonna have to ration the water in the cooler. It's going down fast.
Then do it. Do it.
She'll be somewhere safe. I mean, whoever it is, will be.
Are you all right?
It's weird. You never hear the traffic from in here, but now you really can't hear it.
Yeah.
So, who at this moment is running the country?
No one.
It's a mess.
There are meant to be regional government disaster centres, but they're still in the planning stage. Now, if Turnstile's not working, there doesn't seem to be any obvious chain of command.
But this is just a chaos of diagrams. I mean, there's even one for moving the PM's car during a nuclear attack, but if Turnstile isn't working...
It's the headless chicken scenario. When the Joint Chiefs of Staff have always feared it. No one at the top to give orders.
Well, we found out how to declare martial law.
Yeah.
Oh, in here. We just got this Edinburgh section.
Who am I speaking to?
John McLeish, MX officer, and you are?
Tom Quinn, MX Thames House.
We're unable to contact Downing Street or Turnstile or any of the London emergency services. BBC Radio has gone off the air. There's panic here. What can you tell us?
There is a major threat, repeat, major threat to Edinburgh and other cities. You must immediately evacuate the city centre.
And how am I to expedite that?
You set up a major incident control room coordinating the emergency services and the army. Now, the police, with troops if needed, can arrest anyone they suspect of belonging to a group called Patmos.
On what authority?
Under the 2001 Anti-Terrorism and Crime Act, Article 5 of the European Convention on Human Rights is suspended. The police can arrest anyone they suspect of terrorist involvement.
The declaration of a state of emergency can only be done by the government of the day.
The government of the day no longer exists.
We must wait for instructions from some authority, or else we'll be descending into anarchy.
We'll get back to you. We don't have long. Edinburgh could be attacked at any moment, but I need you all to agree on this.
If it's a choice between anarchy or death, I'll choose anarchy.
The Secret Service declaring a state of emergency, that's treason.
If the royal family's dead, who's the treason against?
My mum's in Edinburgh. Do it.
I thought we weren't allowed to let personal life influence decisions.
What matters is that people believe us on the streets when the orders are given.
Yes, Sam, spot on.
So, are we for this?
Absolutely not.
You're fiddling while Rome burns.
Yeah, the Emperor Nero. Your MX is in the grip of some kind of power fantasy.
I don't think so.
Dumb, stupid loyalty is not what is needed here, Danny.
Loyalty is what'll get us through this.
No, it's clear thinking. Trying to take over the government ain't clear thought.
Well, what do you say?
I say fiddle on. What else is there to do?
So, we have a state of emergency. Yes.
No way.
I outrank you.
I very much beg your pardon.
I am MX London, you are MX Edinburgh. London outranks Scotland.
I don't accept that.
Listen to me, you stone-headed bastard. Declare the emergency, evacuate the city.
On your head be it.
Thank God.
That's it, I'm afraid.
Tom?
Things are true whatsoever things are honest. Whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report.
Go back to your station, stay there. Go.
I didn't think it was the real thing. Forgive me.
It's all right, Harry. Look, there is an antidote. If there's a way of getting it, I will.
It's not possible. You know it.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to quarantine your office. I can't even shake your hand.
You'll need the keys. To lock me in.
So it's in here.
Yes.
Should we tell?
No.
You mean we just leave Harry?
What else can we do?
It's a terrible decision, Mr. Tom Quinn.
Is it? Ruth? I can't tell anymore. They look at you, and their eyes are either full of dumb hate or dumb trust. What am I going to do, Ruth?
What are you saying? On the head of the king, let all the sorrows lie.
I'm meant to be MX officer, and I don't know what to do. I don't.
We go all moody and sensitive. So that's for us. We're the troops. You're the leader. Leaders don't have feelings, as you well know.
You're trying to comfort me. It's a strange way of doing it.
There's been an explosion in the Morningside area of the city.
Oh, no.
You must isolate yourselves at once. Get to the disaster center bunker.
They haven't finished building it. Haven't you heard?
Start quarantining the city. Just do it.
And how am I supposed to do?
McLeish!
The cable link's dead.
Eight hours since we heard anything at all. Saturday morning. I should be shopping. What about Harry?
We leave him alone.
I mean, shouldn't we give him some water or something?
We don't break his quarantine.
No.
How you doing?
Nothing's live.
Look, do something.
What do you mean?
Invent something. To talk to the outside world, doesn't matter what.
You mean for morale?
Do it now.
Right.
What do you think they're up to?
Oh, we'll know now.
We demand to talk to Harry.
We've got to leave.
Maybe your superior will take control of this situation.
Harry's sick. He has the VX symptoms.
You mean he's in there now? Dying?
Oh, no.
Oh, can we help him? Can we do something?
How contagious is it?
If you really want to know, it takes a few molecules straight through the skin.
Look, I saw Harry go to the loo.
Yeah, it may not be that. The, breach could be Tom's fault.
And how'd you work that out?
He let Danny in through the pods. He could be contaminated.
You what? Yeah, Tom and Malcolm forced the pod open after the alarm had sounded. Because you were so bloody typically late. Now we're all gonna get it because big shot high flyer Danny couldn't get to work on time.
All right, little man.
Yeah, have some then.
No! Apologise. I said apologise.
Okay.
You're killing us all. What's going to happen when someone else falls sick?
They join Harry.
Yeah, but what
One by one, we quarantine each other.
Yeah, one by one, until there's none of us left.
What else do you suggest?
That we make a run for it.
Get a vehicle, get out of the London area, regroup.
Like where?
The Ashford safe house.
We must do this. We can't die in here. Ashford's not just a safe house, it's a command centre in itself. All the links.
Ashford South. With a westerly wind, there is no way it will escape the gas footprint.
Yes, we stay here as a control centre.
But that's madness! We've got no link to the outside world!
Then we'll get one. There may be a line running through the ceiling that still works. We'll find it.
We've got half the ceiling off already!
Then we'll get the rest of it down! All of us! Anyway, Malcolm's got an idea, haven't you?
Yeah. Colin and I, we're working on a communications device.
What kind of device?
It's a
robot. To contact the satellite network from the outside.
Zoe. Your weapon's qualified.
So?
There are firearms kept at the back of the forgery suite.
These are people we work with. We can't point guns at them.
No one must leave the grid.
Tom, only the security unit can use arms. It is absolutely forbidden to distribute weapons to any other personnel. You know that.
Right now, we're the only ones who can decide what is and what is not
running
forbidden.
this whole tight little fascist state.
I don't care. I am not going to let this group of people fall apart.
But you'll shoot them before they do.
You've had advanced weapons training. That gives you some seniority. Just give me the authority to break out the weapons.
Okay.
Hey.
Shouldn't we try and see how Harry is?
Can't. Have to keep him isolated.
But that's cruel.
Yes.
Look, Tom, I really think we should just...
Sam. What are you doing?
Go to the Ashford station.
We all should.
Those suits are useless.
Hey, they'll give us an edge out there.
We're going to Ashford.
I don't think you are.
Stay where you are.
Kent! Clean air!
Listen to me. The traffic out there is going to be backed up for miles. How are you going to reach Ashford? On foot? Walking on the ground, breathing the air that's contaminated?
But the contamination is in here! Your boss is almost certainly dead by now, behind that door!
As long as we have healthy officers in here, we stay. Now, Malcolm and Colin are building a community...
Oh, that's Mickey Mouse morale building, and you know it!
Have we got to die in here?
Yes, if that is our fate.
Fate! You're losing him, my friend! Zoe, Danny,
Your boss here is losing it!
Let's vote on it!
No vote.
Hitler!
Tom. I'm giving you an order.
Put your breeze through.
Don't touch that!
That's mine. Going. Bridget! That's it, it's moving. Come on.
I'm ordering you to do your duty.
What are you going to do, Tom? You're going to shoot a fellow officer in Thames House?
If needs be, yes.
I don't believe you.
Zoe. Down on the floor! Both of you down on the floor! Down on the floor! Both of you down on the floor now!
Congratulations, Tom. A superb display of leadership.
Thank you. How was your night?
Thoroughly satisfactory.
Zoe?
Full box.
Tom. I think I was convincing with the...
Oh, utterly.
Really?
Utterly. Yeah.
Very well done, Quinn.
So you guess we put dummy ammunition in the firearms locker?
No. No, not really.
So you were prepared to shoot me?
Yes. Does that give me good marks or bad?
Well, we'll have to assess that.
I bet you will.
Sam, there's another bottle of champagne in my office between hours. And the cup.
And where the hell were you yesterday?
I was held up.
Couldn't you have phoned?
Not from where I was.
I sat in that restaurant and they looked. People looked at me. I had a big sign over my head, jilted.
Yeah, I had a big sign over my head too.
And what was that?
End of the world, end of the world, end of the world.
Tom? Tom, are you there?
What's the matter with you?
But why have you spoilt everything? And what about me, you selfish bastard?
What about you, Vicky? You're sitting in a posh French restaurant in the middle of the Western world thinking, this is the worst thing that can happen to me. Me. Why are we all so self-obsessed?
What are you talking about?
I can't go on seeing you. It's not working. I want to finish it. Vicky.
Okay, so let's down these and head off to the George for a liquid lunch.
Oh, fantastic.
Cheers.